And we welcome you back to UFC Central at the conclusion of UFC 129 alongside Stephan Bonner, Kenny Florian. I'm Todd Harris. What a night here in Toronto, gentlemen. The final, it goes all 5 rounds, but in the end, it's a unanimous decision. Georges St-Pierre keeps his belt. Kenny, about what you thought?
Yeah, you know, we all knew Jake Shields was a tough and technical fighter, and that's what we saw tonight. You know, Jake Shields proved how tough he really is, how technical he is. It became a technical fight out there. You know, it wasn't 2 guys out there trading at the highest level. You know, these are people who are really, it's a chess match out there. And Jake Shields showed he was tough, he's experienced, and obviously a worthy opponent.
Yeah, definitely, and really he impressed me with his stand-up. He looks a little stiff and rigid stand-up. We really didn't know how good or how bad Shields' stand-up is because he always ends up getting the fight to the ground. You know, that's just his game, uses punches to get the fight to the ground, but he proved tonight that his stand-up's no joke. GSP was definitely having trouble finding his range with him. He didn't land the jab as effectively as I thought he was, and Jake Shields landed some good punches of his own. I heard that GSP got poked in the eye. He was having trouble seeing out of it. That may be part of the reason, but still to Shields' credit, he landed some excellent right hands on GSP and did a lot better than I thought, although GSP won every round.
UFC 129 goes into the history books, and what a night it was, culminating with Georges St-Pierre holding his belt in front of the home crowd of 55,000 here in the Rogers Center. Let's take a look at the highlights. Early on, Kenny, you and I both noticed the big overhand right. He was fishing for it, but he was switching stances constantly on Jake Shields.
You know, his jab was really landing very well, as was the cross. Now, this is why we could see that Georges St-Pierre had some problems seeing out of that left eye because he really couldn't find his range after that. It was really after the second round where George seemed a little confused, wasn't able to find his range, but he did land some very significant strikes, and Jake Shields was really shut down by the wrestling of Georges St-Pierre.
Yeah, probably the best strike he landed all night, that left high kick. You saw that same kick when he knocked down Matt Hughes in their second fight, and Shields, tough guy, tough chin, was able to recover quick, went for that single leg, but man, testament to GSP's takedown defense. That's Jake and Shields' bread and butter. He was in on that single leg about as tight as he could be, and GSP made it look easily the way he escaped from that single leg takedown.
As we take a look at the scorecards, Kenny Florian, Stephan Bonner agreeing with the fans on UFC.tv, all scoring at 50-45 for Georges St-Pierre, and he retains the welterweight bout.